Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome to my Blu-ray collection video. I'm so excited to show you all my Blu-rays. This is gonna be a lot of fun. In fact, I haven't made that much videos. I'm new to this, but I decided to go ahead and start off my very first Blu-ray collection video ever made on YouTube. So yeah, I cannot wait for this. And of course, I can't get into every story with every single one of these. It's going to be really brief, because otherwise this movie's going to be like 6 hours long. I don't want to do that for sure. But so yeah, let's get right to this. And I just want to say one thing. You're gonna see some franchises on this or in this video where you're gonna be like, hey, how come he has the second one, or the second and third one, but not the first one? Like, how come he has like he has like the first one and the last one, but not the ones in the middle? Like, you're gonna see that because it's gonna be most likely because like I have them, but on regular DVDs. So yeah, but here I'm just gonna be talking about my Blu-rays. So yeah, just remember that. Just keep that in mind. You're gonna see that on this video. So yeah, so let's get to it. So first up, we got an action movie. So yeah, alphabetical order. So yeah. So first we're gonna start off with an action movie called Abduction, starring Taylor Lautner. This is actually a pretty enjoyable movie. A lot of people actually hate this movie, but I don't think it's that bad. I think it's pretty fun to watch, to be honest. I actually do like this movie. But to me, this movie is actually decent. Yeah, I really enjoy this movie. Next up, we got A Bug's Life, really enjoyable Disney Pixar movie. I really do love this movie. Although there are some parts in this movie that actually do get on my nerves a lot, especially when I was a kid. It's like, but anyway, this movie is great. Really like it. Really great Disney Pixar movie, and of course, as you all know, it's the second Disney Pixar movie to ever come out. So yeah, but this movie is really great. It still holds up. Enjoy it. I really do. Here we got The Accountant, really underrated action movie starring Ben Affleck. This movie really blew me away. I had a great time watching this movie, and at times I would watch it. And you will see some other, quite a bit of other 4Ks on this. Mostly it's going to be Blu-ray, but you're going to see quite a bit of 4Ks on this video as well. So yeah, The Accountant is really enjoyable. I do suggest watching this movie if you haven't seen it yet. It's really worth your time. Here we got one of my favorite movies of last year. This movie was so underrated. That's A Dog's Purpose. This movie, man, I had a great time watching this movie in theaters. I remember the people were crying during this movie. I just want to give them all a big hug. It's like, but anyways, so this movie is outstanding. Love this movie. It's A+ great. It's A+ good for sure. So yeah, if you haven't seen this yet, you gotta check it out because I promise you, it is completely worth your time. Here we got Aladdin, one of my favorite Disney movies of all time. This movie I grew up loving this movie, and its two sequels. I enjoyed the sequels as well, but this is also really good. In fact, this is obviously the best one of all time. So yeah, and we're getting a live action Aladdin movie next year. I cannot wait for that. But yeah, this movie is a classic. Here we got a decent Disney movie, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. Yeah, this movie isn't too bad actually. It really is good. I think this movie could have been a little bit longer, but I mean, it's actually a little bit too short. But other than that, this movie is enjoyable. It's funny. I like it. So check this out check this out when you get a chance. Then we got let me say this. Alice with the Looking Glass really could have been better. It really could have. But other than that, I think this is still enjoyable. Now here we go with this. Alien is a really good movie. I really do like this movie. It is really good. Really enjoyable. Aliens, oh my god. Aliens is for sure the best one. Is the best one of the franchise. I love this movie. It is amazing. Love Aliens. It's a great movie. And we got Alien 3, I like this movie, and Alien Resurrection, I like this movie also. These two sequels actually could have been better, but I think they're enjoyable. So yeah, I enjoy all four of these movies. All really enjoyable. Like I said, Aliens is the best one, and yeah. To be honest, I think I have to say I like Alien Resurrection more than I like Alien 3. But yeah, either way, basically all good movies. Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Chip. This one is good. It's enjoyable. It's well made. This also could have been better, but I do like it, actually. It's not as good as any of the other ones, but this is really good. Or pretty good, or whatever. Yeah, I like this movie. Here we got a fantastic movie directed by Clint Eastwood. That's American Sniper. This movie really blew me away. I absolutely love this movie. This, like, even though you don't do, like, war films, whatever, you gotta check this movie out. It is amazing. I love this movie. You need to see it. It's great. This movie should have won Best Picture in the Oscars in 2016. Or 2015, sorry. And Bradley Cooper should have won Best Actor. And Clint Eastwood should have won Best Director if he did. I don't think he did, but yeah. Yeah, this movie should have won all three of those Oscar nominations, especially Best Picture. A Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake. This actually belongs to my stepdad. My stepdad, he really likes this movie. I really don't do horror movies. I really don't. But yeah, so yeah. But my dad likes horror movies. He likes this movie. The Angry Birds movie. This is a movie that actually could have been quite better, but I think this is also kind of enjoyable. It does kind of drag a little bit, but other than that, I think this movie is enjoyable, in my opinion. Ant-Man. Wow, really great movie. Really enjoy this movie a lot. And I can't wait to get Ant-Man and the Wasp on Blu-ray when that comes out. In fact, I'll probably put that on my Christmas list. So yeah, I can't wait to get that. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. Oh, Atomic Blonde. This movie was really good. I really do like this movie. This movie blew. Charlize Theron was really good in this movie. I do like this movie a lot. It's good. It's fun. This movie is fun to watch. It's really good. Avatar. One of my all-time favorite movies. This movie is amazing. And I can't believe there are actually people that think this movie is overrated. No, Avatar is not overrated. This movie is a classic masterpiece. It could not have been any better. Avatar. Sam Worthington was great in this movie. Stephen Lang was great as the main villain in this movie. Everyone in this movie was great. This movie was outstanding. I love this movie so much. It is one of the best movies of all time. Definitely wish this movie won Best Picture. It really deserved it, but it didn't win. But it should have won. This movie is amazing, and it's taking forever for the sequels to come out. They need to make them already. They need to come out already. But yeah, so far this is so. But yeah, this one of the but yeah, Avatar, one of the best movies of all time. And here we got the Avengers trilogy. Yeah, well, it's at least it's a trilogy for now, because next year we're getting a fourth one, and then I heard we're gonna be getting a fifth one. So yeah, I can't wait for those. Yeah, first one is really good. Love the first one. I mean, these are also some of my favorite movies of all time. Like I love the first one, really good. I mean, the second one is actually the second one is actually even better. I have to say, this one is actually my favorite one so far. Even though the ending is really shocking, and you just want to cry. But other than that, yeah, still a great movie. Here we got a James Bond movie, A View to a Kill, really enjoyable movie. Christopher Walken was actually good as the main villain in this movie. Roger Moore was great as Bond, and rest in peace, Roger Moore. You were great as Bond. I miss you already. So yeah, but this is a good movie. Check it out. Even though if you don't watch James Bond, you should watch all James Bond movies. Even this one. This one's pretty good. It's not one of my favorite Bond movies, but it is good. Here we got Baby Driver. Wow, this movie was really good. I had a great time watching this movie. Like, yeah, Ansel Elgort. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce. I'm sure I mispronounced his name. I'm sure I mispronounced his name, and I apologize for that. But he was really good in this movie. I really do like this movie a lot. It's really good. And here we go with this. Batman. Batman Returns. Batman Forever. Batman and Robin. The Dark Knight Rises. I'll just say, just so you all know, I have Batman Begins and The Dark Knight on regular DVD. So yeah, but these I'll enjoy. In fact, so yeah. Batman, I love Batman. Really great movie. Now, I do like... Batman Returns is good. I do like Batman Returns. It is enjoyable. I really do like this movie, but I mean, obviously the first one's better than the second one, for sure. For this Batman franchise, for this Batman franchise, I actually love Batman Forever the best. In fact, Batman Forever is actually my favorite one in this particular Batman franchise. And then a lot of people think Batman and Robin is one of the worst movies of all time. That's ridiculous. Batman and Robin is not that bad. It's actually good. All Batman movies are good. Even this one. Come on, people. I mean, and to be honest, even though Batman Forever is my favorite Batman movie in this particular Batman franchise, I actually think George Clooney makes a better Batman than Val Kilmer does. I mean, I really do. And Joel Schumacher, and I know you made out an apology for everyone, but you really don't need to apologize. Batman and Robin is a good movie. It really is. You did not need to apologize at all. I would definitely not have done it if I were you. But yeah, and George Clooney, you should be proud of yourself for being in the movie. And so yeah, like I enjoy all these movies, and like I said, like Batman for this Batman franchise, Batman Forever is the best. Then the first Batman movie, then Batman and Robin, and then finally Batman Returns. So yeah. Batman Returns, sorry. And then The Dark Knight Rises. This is actually my favorite Batman movie of all time. I really love this movie a lot. It is outstanding. Yes, this is even better than its predecessor. I mean, I really do like The Dark Knight, really great movie, but this is the best. This is really the best Batman movie of all time. Great movie. Bane was great as the main villain. Bane was great, and yeah, I mean, of course, yes, he was a better Bane than Batman and Robin, but this was outstanding. One of the best superhero movies of all time. Here we got Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. Really good movie. A lot of people loved this movie. A lot of people hated it. A lot of people thought it was okay. I loved this movie, especially the R-rated Ultimate Extended version. That one is more worth your time because it explains more of the things that happen. So yeah, but yeah, I really like this. I really love this movie. It's great, not horrible. I don't care what y'all haters say. And we got a really underrated Peter Berg movie, Battleship. I love this movie. It was outstanding. It's definitely one of the best sci-fi movies of this decade so far. It's a great movie. I love it. All right, next up we got Baywatch. Baywatch wasn't exactly as great as I was hoping it would be, but I think it is still really good. It's really good. Really like it a lot. Fun to watch. Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron was really good, and Alexander Daddario and Kate Baxkoff, or however. Well, I apologize if I really apologize if I mispronounced her name, but both of these two women, super sexy. Love them. Alexander Daddario is actually sexier. So yeah, really good movie. Beauty and the Beast. I always enjoyed watching this movie when I was a kid. Really good movie. You know, I think. Well, I hope that's good. Live action Beauty and the Beast. This is also an enjoyable movie. Really like it a lot. Big Hero 6. This is definitely one of Disney's best movies ever made. I love this movie. It is great. It is definitely the best animated movie of 2014. I had such a great movie, and the second best animated movie of 2014. We will get that later on in this video. But for now, I want to say this movie is a masterpiece. I love this movie so much. Black Panther. Definitely one of the best movies of this year so far. I had a great time watching this movie. Like Black Panther, he was great in Captain America: Civil War. Even though he was on Iron Man's side, I really liked him. Even though he was on Iron Man's side, and of course I was on Captain America's side. But yeah, this movie was outstanding. Love this movie. It's great. Brave is actually not one of my favorite Disney movies. I mean, I do like it. It's enjoyable. It's decent, but it is really overrated, to be honest. It really is. But other than that, I do like this movie. I remember laughing at some parts. Well, when I was in theaters. I mean, yeah, I had a good time watching this movie in theaters. It is pretty good. Bridesmaids. I actually have not seen this movie. This belongs to my mom. I might watch this movie one day. I mean, I do like girl comedies, but I just haven't seen this. But, maybe I will watch this. I probably will watch... You know what? I actually will watch this movie sometime soon. Call Me By Your Name. I actually have not seen this movie. It belongs to my mom, and I actually have no desire to see this movie ever. I really don't. The Captain America trilogy, really great movies. The first one is really good. It's actually kind of underrated, to be honest. I really do like this movie. But of course, the second one is even better. I love the second one. And Captain America: Civil War is, of course, the best one of all time. I mean, yeah, like Captain America: Civil War is. Captain America: Civil War is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. But yeah, love all three of these movies. They're great. Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. This movie, I really do like this movie a lot. It is really good. I really like this movie. I'm a huge fan of the novels, so yeah, I love those books. And I was excited to see this movie, and I thought it was really good. Cars 2 is such an underrated Disney movie. I love Cars 2. It's definitely better than Brave. Because yeah, in fact I didn't say this, but Brave is actually one of my least favorite Disney Pixar movies of all time. So yeah, but this one is so underrated. It is definitely better than Brave. I don't care what y'all say. Cars 2 is good. I mean, it's not as good as 1 or 3. In fact, 3 is the best one, but Cars 2 is enjoyable, and so yeah. Cars 3 is... I love Cars 3. It's one of my favorite Disney Pixar movies. Cars 3 is amazing. Great movie. I love this franchise. It's such an underrated franchise. It's great. Central Intelligence. This was such a good movie. Really awesome and really funny. I always love watching this movie. It's outstanding. Great movie. And I'm hoping they'll make a sequel. I really do hope so. I didn't hear anything about it, but I'm hoping that they'll make it. The Change Up. This is definitely one of the best comedies of this decade so far. I really love this movie. It is hilarious. And Ryan Reynolds' character, as of while he was in Jason Bateman, as if he was being Jason Bateman's character, like that Ryan Reynolds, like he's my favorite character. He was so funny. But yeah. And Olivia Wilde. My gosh, she is such a sexy woman. I just want to go live with her and marry her, you know? Leslie Mann, she is really pretty, to be honest, but Olivia Wilde, oh, I want to marry you, baby. I really want to marry you. Cheaper by the Dozen too. I really do like the first one, and then this one is good. I don't know why the second one is released on Blu-ray, but the first one isn't. I mean, that makes no sense. Release the first one on Blu-ray already. I mean, this one is pretty good to watch. The live-action Cinderella, really good. Lily James, who is pretty attractive, she was really good in this movie, and Cate Blanchett was really good as the stepmother in this movie. So yeah. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. This really surprised me. I always loved to watch this movie. I don't know if I like the first one better or if I like this one better. I don't know. I really don't know. But this one is really good. Coco. Wow, this is a really good movie. If you have not seen Coco, you're really missing out. This was really good. Con Air, one of my favorite action movies of all time. I love this movie. John Malkovich was perfect did a perfect job playing the main villain in this movie. This movie is fucking amazing. It is definitely one of the best action movies of all time, and it is actually one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movie of all time. And then that ending, that heartwarming ending where he reunites with his wife and he meets his daughter for the first time ever. Like, this movie is just amazing. John Cusack was great in this movie. I love Con Air. Probably I'm sure Con Air is in probably my top 100 favorite movies of all time, you know? So yeah. Con Air, one of the best action movies ever made. Love you so much. Daddy's Home 1 and 2. Yeah, no, Daddy's Home, the first Daddy's Home is funny as hell. It's definitely one of the best comedies of this decade so far. Love this movie. Daddy's Home 2, of course, is not as good as the first one, but this is pretty good. But this is pretty good, actually. I do enjoy it. But yeah, first one is, I love the first one. It's funny as hell. Deadpool, of course, everybody loves Deadpool. I mean, who doesn't? And I can't wait till I cannot wait to get Deadpool 2. I'm actually going to get that pretty soon. So yeah, Deadpool is a great movie. Deep Blue Sea. To be honest, I love this movie, and to be honest, I actually think this movie is actually even better than Jaws. I mean, I do like Jaws, but I think this is actually my favorite shark movie of all time. It is great. Love this movie. Deepwater Horizon, another really good movie directed by Peter Berg. This movie was really good, and like a few weeks ago we had that Mark Wahlberg movie directed by Peter Berg called Mile 22. That movie was really disappointing. I really did not like that movie that much. But this was really good. This is a really good disaster movie. And I apologize for the sunlight like shining on the cases, so you can't see them that well. So yeah. I mean, that kind of explains why I'm like not looking straight through there. I'm like kind of looking like, you know. So yeah, you get the point. Den of Thieves. This movie was really good. I mean, this movie's really underrated. Gerard Butler, I love in this movie. I mean, it's kind of a rip-off of Heat, but this movie is. But and I know usually rip-offs aren't successful. Of course, we all know that. But this I thought was really good. And of course I was rooting for the good guys. I mean, how could you not? I mean, why would anyone root for the bad guys? That's so. I mean, that's wrong. You know. I mean, yeah. You root for the good guys. You root for Gerard Butler to defeat 50 Cent and this Palbo Scrub or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, when you watch this movie, you root for the good guys, starring Gerard Butler, to defeat against the bad guys, ruled by 50 Cent and this guy. But I can't pronounce his last name. But although I think this guy, not 50 Cent, but this guy is actually really the main villain of this movie. I really think so. Yeah. The Departed. I gotta say, this is kind of an overrated movie, but I really do like it. It was really well directed by Martin Scorsese, and Mark Wahlberg actually got nominated for Best Supporting Actor. He would have deserved it if he won. I mean, I really do like this movie, but I think it's overrated. But it is still good, really well made. I enjoy this movie. A Good Day to Die Hard. This is my least favorite Die Hard movie, but I think this is really fun to watch. I really don't think it's bad at all. I think it's actually one of my favorite movies of 2013. But yeah, it's a great, really good, fun to watch. J.L. Courtney was really good as Jack McClane. I really liked him in this movie. So yeah, this movie is really good. So yeah, really good. And here we got the Despicable Me, Despicable Me 2, and Despicable Me 3. I have to say, number 2 I like the best, then number 1, and then number 3. So yeah, but yeah, all enjoyable movies. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Dog Days, the best Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie of all time. I love this movie. It's definitely one of the best movies of 2012, because I mean 2012 was actually not a really great year for my personal life, but it was such an amazing year for movies. It really was. Here we got Die Another Day, my favorite James Bond movie of all time. Pierce Brosnan is definitely the best James Bond actor of all time. Love this movie. Love Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. This movie is awesome. Definitely one of the best action movies of all time. But like, yeah, this is my number 1 favorite. Die Another Day is the best James Bond movie ever. Divergent belongs to my sister. I have not seen any of those movies. Oh, here's a movie I really loved. Speaking of movies that came out in 2012 that were great, Django Unchained really blew me away. In fact, actually, at first I didn't care to see this movie. But yeah, when I first watched it on DVD, and this movie really blew me away. I love this movie. Great movie. Quentin Tarantino, you should be proud of yourself for making this movie. Jamie Foxx was great. Leonardo DiCaprio was was great as the main villain, and Christopher Waltz, you were amazing in this movie. You were great. I love you. I loved you in this movie. This movie is amazing. Doctor Strange, really good movie. And of course, it shows how, and of course, it helps shows how good the MCU franchise is. Doom. This is actually a guilty pleasure. I really do enjoy this movie. I mean, this is not a great movie, but it is entertaining as hell. I really do like this movie. It's not great, but it's like good, you know. But so yeah, I really do like this movie, and it's the only movie I've seen where Dwayne Johnson plays a character I do not like, because his character actually, if you watch this movie, you'll see that his character is actually a total bastard. But yeah, Carl Urban, love this character, man. He's awesome. Dumb and Dumber 2, a really decent sequel. I mean, obviously not as good as the first one. The first one was one of the best comedies of all time. This one actually could have been better, but I do like it. And I am actually hoping they'll make a third one. And Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels are getting old, so they better make Dumb and Dumber 3 really soon. Dunkirk. This was a really good war movie. The Emperor's New Groove and Kronk's New Groove. The first one is really good. I actually didn't watch the second one, Kronk's New Groove, that much. I mean, from what I saw, I did like it, but I'll have to rewatch it to make sure what I think of it. But yeah, really do like the first one. But yeah, pretty good franchise right here. Eraser. This is one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. I love this movie. It's actually my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie of all time. Eraser, A+ good, best Arnold Schwarzenegger movie ever. You gotta see this if you haven't seen it yet. Especially if you're a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, like the Terminator franchise or Predator. You get the point. You need to see this movie if you haven't seen it yet. The Expendables trilogy, really fun to watch. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Excuse me. This was a great movie. I'm glad they finally decided to make a Harry Potter prequel franchise. Well, you know, but anyways, this movie, I really do like this movie. It's really good. Then here we got the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Of course, this is the weakest one in the franchise. I'm sure it's everyone's least favorite Fast and Furious movie of all time. So yeah, this one could have been a lot better. But this one, yeah. So yeah, Tokyo Drift. Yeah, this one really isn't that good. It really isn't. But at times, you know, I will watch. You know, at times I kind of will watch this movie. So, but yeah, it is kind of enjoyable. It has some entertaining scenes in it. So yeah, especially the ending. And yeah. Fast and Furious 4. Yes, they call it Fast and Furious 4, even though it doesn't have the number 4 in it, but that's what they should have called it, so that's what I'm calling it. Fast and Furious 4 is the first Fast and Furious movie in the franchise to take the lead of being the best one since the first one. Really great movie. Jordana Brewster. She's an amazingly sexy woman. I wish. How about I just go live with her and Olivia Wilde? The three of us get married to each other, and yeah. Just so you know, I'm not trying to be creepy. I mean, I'm not trying to be creepy. I love beautiful women. That's all. I'm a guy. That's what, you know, guys love women. So, you know, except for, you know, but well, whatever. Moving on. But anyways, Fast 5, great movie where we finally get to see Dwayne Johnson. Like, I'm sure a lot of people like this one the best. For me, this one is of how I rank mine from my order from most favorite to least favorite. Fast 5 is actually in the middle, but still a great movie. Fast and Furious 6, amazing movie, love it. You gotta love it and own it. Furious 7 is the best one. Is the best one in the franchise for sure. I love this movie. And Paul Walker, man, I really wish you would just come back. I wish you would come back, man. Your death still bugs the shit out of me, you know. But anyways, we miss you so much. This movie is amazing. Definitely one of the best action movies of this decade. The Fate of the Furious is actually my second favorite one in the franchise. This one is amazing. Great movie. Love it. And we got Ferdinand. Pretty good movie. Finding Dory. Really good movie. Not as good as Finding Nemo, but still really good. Flags of Our Fathers. This was such a really good war film. I really love this movie. Clint Eastwood. Great job for making this movie. You did it. This movie is great. Ryan Phillippe was definitely great in this movie. I love this movie. Frozen. This is another overrated Disney movie. Although I have to say, it is better than Brave. Frozen is definitely better than Brave. It really is. But yeah, like this movie is enjoy. But I do really do like this movie. It is good, but like I said, it is not as good as most people say it is. But still, it is good. I really do like this movie. Kind of overrated, but still, basically a really good movie. Fury. This was such a really good movie. Really do like this movie a lot. It's really good. So yeah, definitely worth your time. Geostorm actually wasn't exactly the best disaster movie. I mean, I really do like this movie. It is really good, but like this wasn't exactly as good as I was expecting it to be, and as I was hoping it to be. In fact, because it's about Geostorm, a severe storm that affects the entire world. I was really hoping that this would be like a bona fide classic. I really was, but it actually didn't turn out to be that way. But still, this is actually really good. Actually, and Gerard Butler was great in this movie. G.I. Joe Retaliation. Love this movie just like the first one. In fact, I actually think this one is actually a little bit better than the first one. But I mean, the first one, love the first one. The first one is great. This one is actually a little bit better, but yeah. Although I do have a big issue with the villain in this movie, yeah, I actually do have a big issue with the main villain in this franchise, or one of them, you know. But yeah, this movie is really good, and so is the first one. Godzilla. This is a movie that people actually hate, which I don't understand why. This was such a really good movie. Really love this movie. It's great. Roland Emmerich, you deserve credit for this. GoldenEye, really great James Bond movie. Love this so much. It's great. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. To be honest, I think I actually like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 a little bit more than the first one, but still, these are great movies. Star-Lord, of course, Star-Lord is my favorite character in this movie. I mean, and I do love Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. Oh boy. I just like really great movies. This is not only the best war. This right here is not only the best war movie that has come out within the last like 5 years, but it is hands down one of the best war movies of all time, and even one of the best movies in general of all time. Hacksaw Ridge. This movie surprised the hell out of me. This movie is amazing. I'll never forget the first time when I saw this preview. At first I was like, why would he refuse to carry a weapon to kill? That's the point of war. But I really understand it now. This movie is outstanding. I mean, that's not actually the main thing. The fact that he refused to carry a weapon, that's actually not the main thing what made this movie good. But I'm not going to say what it is because I actually don't want to spoil it in this video. But this is one of the best war movies of all time. A Very Hilton Kumar Christmas. Really do like these movies. The one where they escape from Guantanamo Bay is for sure my favorite one. But yeah, these are fun comedies. But I don't know if you know this, but John Cho and Kal Penn, they're actually like in their 40s already. Hope they make a fourth one. I really hope they do. And don't forget to put Neil Patrick Harris in it. He was funny in these movies. Really love these movies. They're funny. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is really great fantasy franchise. I'm not a really big fan of fantasy movies, but I do love Harry Potter. This is really good. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, also really good. And we got Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, where we got that annoying evil professor. I can't remember her name, but she's just like, oh, she's horrible. You just want Harry Potter just take a wand and just kill her with it. You know, but yeah, this is really good. Harry Potter the Half-Blood Prince. Great. Although they went back to PG. I don't know why they did that. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. This is really good, of course. And Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. The best Harry Potter movie of all time. Great movie. Love it. It's amazing. Here we got Heat, directed by Michael Mann. This is a fantastic heist movie. Love this movie so much. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro were great in this movie. It's amazing. Hello High Water was really good. Jeff Bridges was really great, and so was Chris Pine. This movie is really good. Hitman is an enjoyable action movie, and so is Hitman Agent 47. To be honest, I think I like Hitman Agent 47 a little bit more, to be honest. The Hitman's Bodyguard. This was actually one of my most anticipated movies of last year. In fact, I was actually hoping this would be in like my top 5 favorite movies of last year, but it actually wasn't that close of getting there. But this is still a really good movie. Hop. This is the only Easter movie. This is the only movie I know of to watch during Easter. I mean, this is a really good movie. I like this a lot. It's really good. Horrible Bosses 2. This is enjoyable. Not as good as the first one. I love the first one, but this was also pretty good. The Host. This is my sister's. This movie belongs to my sister. Have not seen it. I actually heard this movie was horrible. My sister thought it was okay. She said it wasn't that great, but people say this movie is terrible. But I do know it has Radioactive by Imagine Dragons in this movie, which is my favorite song of all time. Love that song, and yeah, have not seen this, but yeah. H.P. Lovecraft Reanimator. Not sure if my stepdad gave this to my mom or if it was the other way around, but anyways, no desire to watch this movie ever. How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2. These movies are pretty enjoyable. Not one of my favorite movies, but they're good. The Hunger Games Catching Fire. This is really good. Jennifer Lawrence is great as Katniss Everdeen. She really is. This movie is good. Better than the first one. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. This is better. This is actually better than the first two, to be honest. And the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. This is the best Hunger Games movie ever. Ever. You gotta love this movie. We got Ice Age, really good. Ice Age Continental Drift, number 4. This is the best one ever. It's definitely one of the best movies of 2012. Continue with more movies from 2012 that were great. Ice Age Continental Drift is one of the best movies of 2012 and one of the best anime movies of 2012. This movie is amazing. Best Ice Age movie ever. And we got Ice Age Continental Drift. This one actually could have been quite better, but it is pretty good. It's enjoyable. And Identity Thief. This is a really good movie. Really funny. It's good. I remember. I'll never forget seeing this movie in theaters with my mom, my sister, and my best friend. This movie is really great. Now, of course, Independence Day is an amazing movie. It's one of the best science fiction movies of all time. Always loved this movie when I was a kid. It's great. And I remember when I was a kid, I actually thought that Bill Pullman was actually the protagonist in this movie, but it's really not. It's really Will Smith. But yeah, the president played by Bill Pullman. He's actually the deuteragonist, known as the secondary character, and the tritagonist, which means third, is Jeff Goldblum. But yeah, this movie is really good. This is a really good. Love this movie. It's A+ grade. Yeah. Independence Day Resurgence may not be as good as the first one, but it's still great. It really pisses me off that people actually hate this movie. This is definitely one of the best science fiction movies of this decade. Love this movie. It's great. Liam Hemsworth was great in this movie. And remember that African soldier with the machetes? With the machetes, like he's killing aliens with those? I love that character. He was awesome in this movie. This sequel, this is one of the most underrated. Independence Day Resurgence is one of the most underrated and best sequels ever. The Incredible Hulk, really good movie. Inside Out, this is definitely one of Disney Pixar's best movies of all time. I love this movie so much. Iron Man 2, this is also underrated. It's definitely better than the first one. I love this movie. And of course, Iron Man 3 is the best one for sure. I love Iron Man 3. So yeah. I mean, I love Iron Man, and I love these movies. The first one is really good, the first one is really good, but the sequels are better. Number 3 is the best one, hands down, without a doubt. It, the remake. This belongs to my sister. She really liked this movie a lot. I like some horror movies, but most I don't. This is I definitely cannot see. I definitely cannot see this movie. I definitely could not see this movie in theaters. It was way too scary. No need to see this movie. Jack Reacher. This was really good, to be honest. Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit. This, in my opinion, I would have to say, to compare with Jack Ryan movies, not as good as Patriot Games or Clear and Present Danger, but it is better than The Hunt for Red October and better than The Sum of All Fears. Some of All Fears, yeah, it could have been better, but this is really good, actually. And we got the Jason Bourne Classified Collection, which has the Bourne Identity, which was really good. Then the Bourne Supremacy, which was better. Then the Bourne Ultimatum, which was even more better. And then the Bourne Legacy, which was okay. But Jason Bourne is the best one ever. Love Jason Bourne so much, it's amazing. And here we got John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2. These movies are awesome. Keanu Reeves was great in this movie. Cannot wait for John Wick Chapter 3. It's going to be great. Hope it's great. Hope it doesn't disappoint anyone at all. But these two movies are awesome. So far, I like the second one the best. Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle was really good. I had a great time watching this movie. This movie, it's a great movie. What can I say? It was so funny. I really like this movie a lot. Not as good as the first one with Robin Williams, but still good. In fact, just in case if any of you don't know, this is actually a sequel to the first one because you hear Alan Parrish, who's played by Robin Williams in the first one. His character is mentioned in this movie. So yeah. The Jungle Book. Of course, I enjoyed this movie a lot when I was a kid. I love this movie. It still holds up. But I wish this movie would have been. But I really wish this movie was longer. You know. I mean, but like, you know, when you get older, you realize that this movie isn't really that long. You know, you just wish this movie could have been a lot longer. You know, The Jungle Book 2, really good movie. And we got the live action Jungle Book. This was really good. The only thing I didn't like about this movie was the singing. The singing voices in this movie were terrible, especially Christopher Walken. Like when you hear Christopher Walken, when we get to King Louis, voiced by Christopher Walken, when you get to his singing, you're like, oh, it just makes your ears bleed. Like, Christopher Walken, you cannot sing. You are a horrible singer. You need to stay out of. You really need to. I mean, I like you as an actor. You're a really great actor, but you really need to stay away from musicals. You really do. Can't remember how your singing was from Hairspray. I'll have to rewatch that movie someday. But yeah, your singing in this movie was cringeworthy, but still great movie. And here we got the entire Jurassic Park franchise. Give me until Christmas and I'll have Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. I will have that movie at some point. I mean, the first one is for sure the best, and the weakest one, yeah, Jurassic Park 3 is the weakest one. I mean, Jurassic Park 3 is actually kind of enjoyable. It does have issues, but I do like it. I mean, I enjoy watching all these movies. I know I love the first two when I was a kid. So yeah. Justice League. This movie did not disappoint me. It was really good. I really don't do anime. I really don't do anime movies. But I really do like Kiki's Delivery Service. This is actually really good. And I did see Ponyo. I didn't like that movie. But yeah. But Kiki's Delivery Service was actually really good. Kingsman the Secret Service was one of the biggest surprises of all time. Love this movie so much. It's definitely one of the best action movies of all time. And the sequel is also really good. Not as great as the first one, but it was still really good. Cannot wait for Kingsman 3. Kingsman 3 doesn't have to be as good as the first one, but I am hoping it'll be better than this one, to be honest. I really am hoping so. But this was really good. The first one is amazing. Kong Skull Island, great movie. So fun to watch, especially shortly after the beginning where King Kong takes down all those army choppers. It's so fun to watch that scene, you know. So yeah, but this is a great movie. Love it, especially John C. Reilly's character. He was great. This movie is like Kong Skull Island is definitely one of the best movies of last year. Kung Fu Panda 2. This is really great. This is actually better than the first one. Kung Fu Panda 3 was also really good. Love these movies. Jack Black, love you, man. You're great in these. You're great playing Poe in these movies. Yeah. La La Land. This movie is so overrated, and my mom and sister love this movie. I think this is overrated. I really do. I mean, I gave this movie a shot. In fact, and because of look at how those people were on. I kind of actually, because of the people, all those people that made the movie that were at the Oscars, they all seemed like really nice people. So that was actually why I was hoping I would really like this movie, but it really didn't do it for me that much. And that, oh my god, that ending was just, that's like one of the worst endings ever. This movie has one of the worst endings ever made in history. Like that ending was atrocious. I hate that ending. So yeah, this movie kind of disappointed me. Like, I mean, it's okay, but yeah, really one of the extremely overrated movie. The Legend of Tarzan. This is enjoyable, although this could have been better actually. Alright. Remember when I said that we were going to get to the second best animated movie of 2014? Well, here it is, the Lego Movie. This movie blew me away. I love this movie, and we're getting a Lego Movie too. Cannot wait for that. This is by far the best Lego. This is by far the best Lego Movie of all time. We had a couple others, and so yeah, but this is the best one so far. And of course we have the Lego Batman movie. Like, this is pretty good actually. I really do like this movie. It's good. I don't have the Lego Ninjago movie. That one could have been better, but I probably will get that at some point. But Lethal Weapon collection. Such fun action. Really enjoy these movies. In fact, I have to say, number 4 is actually my favorite one. Then 3, then 2, then 1. So yeah. But yeah, I love these movies. Really like these movies a lot. They're so much fun to watch. And Mel Gibson is for sure my favorite character in this franchise. And here we got a little mix-up of James Bond movies. License to Kill. Really great movie. Live and Let Die. This was also really good. And The Living Daylights. This was also really fun to watch. I love this movie. Here we got Logan. Really overrated disappointment, to be honest. But it is fun to watch. It is like a decent movie, but I'm not going to say much because I want to save that for an actual movie review for this movie sometime eventually in the future. So yeah. And here we got London Has Fallen, really good action movie. Sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. The Lorax. The Lorax is by far my second favorite Dr. Seuss adaptation of all time. I mean, it's not as good. This is not as good as How the Grinch Stole Christmas, but it is better than Horny Who's Who and the Cat in the Hat. It really is. This movie will amaze the hell out of me. Although I do have some issues. Although I do have a couple of issues about the ending of this movie, but the ending is so good though. But this movie is great. Love this movie so much. Machete, really enjoyable action movie. Madagascar 3, Europe's Most Wanted. This is for sure the best one. The Magnificent Seven. This is really good. I really do love this movie. It is really good. Really underrated. Denzel Washington should be proud of himself for being in this movie. This movie is great. Then we got Maleficent. I am so glad this movie was made. This movie was so good. Extremely underrated. I'm glad, and of course you get to see that Maleficent actually isn't that evil as she seems to be. This is a great movie. Let's see. Oh, Man of Steel. The only Superman movie I've ever seen in my life. So far, I'll probably watch those original 4. I've seen part of Superman Returns, but yeah, I'll probably will watch like those 4 Superman movies. Although I heard the 4th one was horrible, but I probably will watch. Maybe I will watch those eventually, and then Superman Returns. I've seen part of that, but I'll probably watch the whole thing. But yeah, but I'm sure Man of Steel is probably the best one ever made. In fact, I mean, Man of Steel is also great. Henry Cavill, you're perfect as Superman. I loved you in this movie, man. This movie is great. I love this movie. Zack Snyder, way to go, man. Then we got The Man with the Golden Gun. Pretty good Bond movie. The Marine 2. This is enjoyable. This is an enjoyable action movie, fun to watch. Really do like this movie. It's really good. Oh, here's a movie I loved when I was a kid. It's definitely one of Jim Carrey's best movies of all time. The Mask. Like, how can you not like The Mask? The Mask is amazing. Like I said, it's definitely one of the best Jim Carrey movies of all time. Also, it's definitely one of the best movies of the 1990s for sure. Love this movie. It's great. Cameron Diaz, really sexy, and that redhead woman Peggy Brand, she's also kind of attractive too. But yeah, this movie is hilarious. Love this movie. Look at that. It's exactly 2 seconds before I honk your nose and pull your underwear over your head. Like it doesn't get old, you know. Like, it doesn't get old. This movie is amazing. Could not be any better. Maybe it would be better if it was a lot longer, you know. But anyways, love this movie. It's great. One of the best Jim Carrey movies of all time. And we got Max Payne. Pretty enjoyable video game adaptation, pretty much. I mean, this movie actually could have been quite better, but I actually do still like this movie. It is good, actually. Mechanic. This is just like averagely good, but Mechanic Resurrection is hands down. This is one of Jason Statham's best movies of all time. It's bullshit that people think this movie is terrible. It's not. Mechanic Resurrection is a badass movie. I love this movie so much. It's amazing. Like I said, one of Jason Statham's best movies of all time. Megamind, such a good movie. Men in Black 3 was awesome. I love Men in Black 3. Not as good as Men in Black 2, but it is better than Men in Black 1, to be honest. But yeah. I probably will get the entire trilogy on 4K one time. But yeah, this is really good. Yeah, and I definitely love Griffin, that alien that can see through the top. They can see in the future. He has that hat and he's in like that raincoat. He was funny, man. I loved that character. I'm glad they put him in this movie. He was hilarious in that movie. So yeah, Men in Black 3, great movie. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Days. I really love this movie. I love it. It's really funny. So, what can I say? Zac Efron plays my favorite character in the movie. Love him. He's great. We got Minions. Not as good as any of the Despicable Me movies, but this is a pretty cute movie. I really do like this movie. And we got Mission Impossible, Mission Impossible 4, Ghost Protocol, and Mission Impossible 5, Rogue Nation. Yeah. 2 and 3 I have on regular DVD, and the 6th one hasn't come out yet, but I will get it, of course. Now, out of all of them, the first one is for sure the weakest one in the franchise. I mean, I do like the first one. It is pretty good, but yeah, it's the weakest one. But yeah, Mission Impossible, the 4th one is really good. Although it's one of those action movies. What I didn't like in this movie that happens in some other action movies is where in this one the main character, Ethan Hunt, he actually didn't kill anyone himself in this movie. I really don't like it when they do that in action movies. With Hacksaw Ridge, that's of course understandable, but I really wish, but anyways. Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, this is such a great movie. Love it. It really surprised me. Oh my god, this really surprised me. Moana. And of course, what can I say? In 2016, this is for sure one of the best anime movies of that year. So yeah, this was such a great movie. And Monsters University. Just want to say this. Love Moana, but I actually love Monsters University even better. This one is not as great as the first one, Monsters Inc., but this is actually one of my favorite movies of 2013. 2013 was actually a really good year for me. I love 2013. This movie was so good. I love this movie. Not as good as Monsters Inc., but still a really, really great movie. Here we got another overrated movie that actually won Best Picture of the Oscars last year, Moonlight. I liked this movie, but I didn't think it was really that good. I didn't think it was worth being nominated for Best Picture, and it won. I am happy for everyone that worked on for this movie, that attended at the Oscars, like, and those 3 people that gave speeches. I am happy for those people that they won Best Picture for this movie. I am happy for them. But to be honest, I think Hacksaw Ridge should have won. But basically, I do kind of like this movie, actually. But I gave this to my mom for her birthday last year, and yeah, she actually hasn't even opened it yet. But yeah, okay. Oh, Mr. Popper's Penguins. This movie is pretty funny, actually. I really do like this movie. Navy SEALs, really fun action movie. Really good movies of the night. Really good action movie that came out in the 1990s. Neighbors 1 and 2. These movies are actually really funny. In fact, I actually like number 2 even more. Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. This is really good, actually. The second one's the best for sure. This I actually like better than the first one, to be honest. Here we have a really funny Christmas comedy. That's The Night Before, that came out 3 years ago. Already 3 years. Why does time have to go by so fast? I mean, come on. But anyways, the night before is a really good movie, really good, love it. And we got The Nightmare Before Christmas. I watched this movie from beginning to end only one time in my life, actually, a long time ago. This belongs to my sister. She really likes this movie. I actually thought this movie was directed by Tim Burton, but he actually wasn't the director. He was like one of the producers, and but yeah, I was surprised that Tim Burton actually didn't direct this movie, but well, but maybe I'll watch this again one time. But this belongs to my sister. Non-Stop is a really good action movie. Really enjoy it. And finally we get to Olympus Has Fallen. This is one of my favorite action movies of all time. Love this movie. I mean, terrorists taking control of the White House and Gerard Butler taking it back. You can't go wrong there. I mean, this movie is amazing. It's one of the best action movies of all time, and it was directed by, Antoine Fuqua. I need to check Siri to see how you pronounce it. But anyways, this is one of my favorite action movies of all time. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, probably my least favorite James Bond movie ever made. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but the ending's really bad, but this is kind of enjoyable, actually. Oh, The Other Woman with Cameron Diaz, Leslie Mann, and Kate Upton. First, let me just say, Kate Upton is actually my #1 celebrity crush. Yeah, fuck you, Justin Verlander. You suck. Kate Upton, you're the man for me. I love you so much. But you're really good in this movie. So yeah, let's talk about this movie. This movie actually wasn't too bad. I really do. This movie was actually pretty good. I really like this movie. Like, if you want to see a movie where cheating husbands get a taste of their romance, and watch this movie. This is the movie for you to watch, especially if you're a woman. If you want to see, But yeah, this is a really good movie. Oh, The Patriot is such a great movie. Love it. Mel Gibson was great in this movie, and you can see it's an extended cut. So yeah, that's definitely saying something. So yeah, if you've never seen the extended version, get this movie and watch it. You're gonna love this even more as the extended version. Here we got another Peter Berg movie, Patriots Day. To be honest, this is actually better than Deepwater Horizon. Love this movie. One of the best movies of last year. Great movie. Check it out if you haven't seen it yet. It's amazing. And here we got Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. This could have been better, actually. I mean, obviously not as good as the first one. Love the first one. The first one is hilarious. I mean, this one is kind of enjoyable, but it could have been better. I mean, this I actually don't have to own, but I actually do enjoy this overall. The Peanuts movie. This is pretty good, actually. I wasn't a big fan of Charlie Brown, but I really do like this movie a lot. It's really good. I hope they make a second one, and I hope, and instead of calling it the Peanuts movie 2, I hope they call it the Peanuts sequel. But yeah, this movie is really good. Pearl Harbor, one of Michael Bay's extremely underrated movies. This movie is amazing. I love this movie. How is this movie terrible? It's not. This is A+ good. Well, I would say just about A plus, like either A or A plus. I think I would give this an A plus. So yeah, this is a great movie. Pete's Dragon. This was my childhood, man. I always loved this movie. It was one of my favorite Disney musicals of all time, and of course it had songs in this movie that were just so catchy, especially the one where the Gogans were singing that Pete belongs to them, and and Nora was singing back at them saying like you can have him, like that was like my favorite one. That was so catchy. Pete's Dragon is one of the best movies of the 1970s. It's amazing, love it. It still holds up. Amazing musical. Never will I ever own the remake. The remake is not that good of a movie, so I'll never own it. It's not that good. Yeah. Pirates of the Caribbean and Stranger Tides. The fourth one, for sure the weakest one in the franchise. This one actually isn't that good, but I own it because at times I will watch it just to complete the franchise, and yeah, I do have number 5. Number 5 is pretty good, actually. It really is. Not as good as the first 3, but it is better than number 4. This one, I'm glad they made this. This was actually really good. And Javier Bardem was really good as the main villain in this movie. And this, I can't pronounce her name, but she's also a sexy woman. Pitch Perfect 2 for my mom and sister. I have not seen any of those movies. Oh, Pixels. Love this movie. It's fun. Definitely one of my favorite movies of 2015. It's amazing. Adam Sandler was great. It was so funny. Like, you can't go wrong with this movie. It's hilarious. Love this movie so much. Here we got Rise of the Planet of the Apes. This was a really good movie. It really is. James Franco is really good in this movie. It's really good. Yeah. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is even much better for obvious reasons. This definitely has stuff going on. It was so amazing. Toby Kebbell was great playing Koba in this movie, but and especially this one. This was the best one he's been. This is the best one of seeing Toby Kebbell play Koba. This movie is great, but War for the Planet of the Apes is the best one for sure. Love this movie. It's amazing. It's great. You can't go wrong with this movie. I love this movie so much. Planet 51. Not really the greatest animated movie, but it's enjoyable. And here we got Prison Break Season 1, Prison Break Season 2, Prison Break Season 3, Prison Break Season 4. This is Prison Break The Final Break, the TV movie. And Prison Break Season 5. Although I'm actually still working on watching Season 4, but this is a really great show. I love this show so much. It is great. How could you not love this show? It's amazing. Great movie. Can't go wrong with it. So, okay, here we go. Let's see. Yeah. Project X. This is definitely a fun movie to watch whenever you want to watch people party. I actually never been to parties like this. I was kind of a nerd back then, but this, like, I want to lose my virginity, you know? I want to lose my virginity already. I'm 25 but whatever. But anyways, like this girl, wow, she's sexy and she gets topless. Ooh, yeah. But this, if any of you think I'm being creepy, then I apologize for that. I'm apologizing just in case. But yeah, this movie is actually really fun to watch, to be honest. Puss in Boots. This is really good, actually. It really is. Quantum of Solace, the second James Bond movie starring Daniel Craig. Quantum of Solace is not as good as Skyfall or as good as Spectre, but it is better than Casino Royale. It really is. I mean, Casino Royale is definitely the weakest Bond movie with Daniel Craig. And here we got all 4 Rambo movies. Love these movies. They're so fun to watch. Well, the first one actually isn't really that great. I mean, it's fine. I watched that time. It is enjoyable. But the second one is, like, the sequels are obviously better than the first one for obvious reasons. The second one is awesome. Love the second one. I actually like the third one a little bit more than the second one, to be honest. I really do. But Rambo 4, same as this, it's like Fast and Furious 4. I'm calling it Rambo 4, even though it put the 4 in it, which they should have done. Like, yeah, this is the best one of all time. Like, love Rambo. Rambo is definitely one of the best action movies of the 2000s decade. Love Rambo. They're awesome. Well, the first one's fine, but the sequel's awesome. But still, basically, great franchise. Ready Player One, directed by Steven Spielberg's latest film. This was really good. Had a great time watching this movie. Here we got Red Dawn, the remake, one of my all-time favorite movies. Chris Hemsworth, you were great in this movie. Everyone was great. Josh Peck, you got a former Nickelodeon star in this movie. Josh Peck, this is great. You got a great cast. How can you not like this movie? It's amazing. Definitely one of the best movies of 2012. Like, how can you not love this movie? It's amazing. Obviously better than the original, for sure. Remember the Titans? This is a really good movie, and it's actually pretty funny too. It really is. I really do like this movie a lot. Here we got The Revenant, really good movie. Ride Along 1 and 2, really funny as well. I don't know which one I like better. They're both really good, to be honest. Here we got The Rock. This is a really fun action movie. It really is. It's not one of Michael Bay's best movies, but it is enjoyable. Really fun to watch. I mean, like, it's enjoyable. At times I will watch this movie. And, yeah, Michael Bay did a great job directing this movie, to be honest. Saints and Soldiers. This is a war film a lot of people probably don't know about. It's not too bad, actually. It really isn't. But yeah, this is actually pretty good. Hacksaw Ridge could have been my favorite war movie of all time. But for me, when it comes to war films, nothing beats Saving Private Ryan. This is one of the best movies of all time. Definitely Steven Spielberg's best movie of all time. I absolutely love Saving Private Ryan. It still bugs the shit out of me about when you get to the part where Adam Goldberg dies in this movie. It's like I'll never forget the first time when I saw that part. When I first saw this movie, I was like, it's just so irritating, you know. But still, like, this movie was amazing. I even watched this on the 20th anniversary for this movie. This movie is amazing. Scream. This belongs to my sister. The Secret Life of Pets. This really could have been better, actually. I mean, I will enjoy watch this at times, but yeah. Seven. This belongs to my mother. I decided to watch this movie, and it's not too bad. It's kind of enjoyable. Shrek the Third. This is really good. Not as good as Shrek 2, but it's better than 1 and 4, to be honest. This is really good. Silence of the Lambs. This belongs to my sister. I've never seen this movie before, actually. Sing. This is actually a pretty decent animated movie, to be honest. It really is. Really is. Sisters. Never saw this movie. It belongs to my mom. Skyfall. Daniel Craig's best James Bond movie of all time. Definitely one of the best Bond movies, period, of all time. I love this movie so much. It is amazing. Like, how can you not like Skyfall? It's great. Love it. It's like some of my top 3 favorite Bond movies of all time. And we got Sleeping Beauty. Of course, this is such a great movie. It still holds up. I don't know if I like this better if I like Maleficent. Maybe Maleficent. I'm not sure, but this is really good, of course. Here we got a movie, and here we got an original movie, and here we got a movie and its sequel that people hate. I don't hate these movies. I think they're really cute, enjoyable, and that's the Smurfs 1 and 2. These movies are actually good. I really enjoy these movies a lot. People call these dog shit movies. If you think, I mean, you haters, you can call these movies dog shit movies all you want, but I think these are actually good and enjoyable. Snakes on a Plane. Guilty pleasure right here. This is actually enjoyable. I really do like this movie. In fact, one of the first 2 deaths kind of bugs me. Like, oh my god, it feels so bad for her. But anyways, this movie is good, actually. Well, it's not that good. Well, like I said, it's a guilty pleasure. Space Jam. You can't go wrong with Space Jam. This was also my childhood. I love this movie as a little kid. Still holds up when you rewatch it. Love this movie. Spectre. This was such a great movie. Love this movie. The second, like I said, it's the second best James Bond movie starring Daniel Craig. It's great. Love it. How can you not? It's amazing. Speed. What can I say? Love Speed. Keanu Reeves was great in this movie. And they have Jeff Daniels, great actor. They had his character die. Why? I mean, although Jeff Daniels looked really good in that SWAT uniform with that helmet, he really did. I thought he looked awesome in that uniform. But I don't know why he switched to his pistol when he got inside that house. I really wish he just stick with his MP5. But anyways, Jeff Daniels looked awesome in that uniform and helmet. But yeah, and with that machine gun, because he was holding it when he was charging up to the house, and yeah. But yeah, the Speed is a really great movie. Dennis Hopper was great as the villain in this movie. This movie is fantastic. Here we got the Spider-Man trilogy. Love the first one. The first one really blew me away. Love it. Still holds up. The second one I actually like more. I actually do like more. The second one is actually really, really great. People don't like number 3 that much. I don't know why. Spider-Man 3 is the best superhero movie ever. I mean, you got Spider-Man 3 is amazing. You got 3 villains. Well, Harry isn't like a villain like per se or whatever, but I mean, you can still call him a villain. But Venom, played by Charles Grace, he was great. Thomas Haden Samuel was great. Like, I mean, like you got like a final battle at the end of the movie with Spider-Man fighting off those 2 villains and defeating them, and how he kills Venom. Like, it was awesome, and how Peter and Mary Jane got back together after that, but like it was like it's awesome, and that dance sequence in that bar, I thought that was really fun to watch. Like, I don't see what was so bad about watching a dance. Like, what's so bad about watching a dance scene in a movie? I mean, yes, it's a superhero movie, but like it's just one part of the movie. So what? What's the big deal? Spider-Man 3 is the best superhero movie. Is the best superhero movie of all time. It's actually one of my ultimate favorites. So yeah, it doesn't matter what y'all haters say. Spider-Man 3 is an amazing superhero movie. Definitely one of the best. And we got the 2 Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. These are not too bad, actually. These are actually really good. I really do like the first Amazing Spider-Man, and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 I actually like even more. And Spider-Man Homecoming was really good. I actually say it's actually not as good as any of these other ones. This is by far my least favorite Spider-Man movie, but this is still really good. Tom Holland was great in this movie. It is really good. Another James Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me. This one definitely has great action in this movie. Really like this movie a lot. It's great. Can't go wrong with this movie. Love this movie. Although that one part where they're on the boat and the girl puts Bond to sleep, I don't know. I don't understand why she did that. I really don't. But this is really good. And we got the Star Trek trilogy. To be honest, I actually don't know which one I like better, which one I like in middle, which one I like in least. Probably like all 3 of them equal. I don't know, but these are all 3 of them are really good. They're really good. And here we got the original collection of Star Wars, the prequel collection of Star Wars. We can all agree that number 3 is the best for sure. And then 1 and 2, I'm actually not sure which one I like least, but they could have been better. But yeah, and then Rogue One, prequel and spin-off Star Wars movie. This is really good actually. And then the original collection of Star Wars. This is, of course, this is what made the whole. I mean, these 3 are what made the whole franchise good. This is great. These movies are. I mean, I'm not really the biggest Star Wars fan, but I do like these movies. They are good. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. This was actually pretty good. And we got the best animated movie of 2016, and that's Storks. This movie is amazing as fuck. The animation was beautiful. This movie is great. I love Storks. It is amazingly great. Absolutely love this movie. Can't go wrong with this movie. It's outstanding. Here we got Suicide Squad. This was really good actually. Not exactly up to as good as I was hoping it would be. It was actually a little bit. It's actually a little bit down, but still, really good movie. This is definitely one of Bruce Willis's best movies of all time. Tears of the Sun. This movie was amazing, and Monica Bellucci or whatever, she was great in this movie. This movie is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Tears of the Sun. It's kind of disturbing, but it's amazing. Love this movie. It is great. Can't go wrong with this movie. Love this movie so much, and I always will. Here we go. Let's see. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1 and 2. Terminator 2, Judgment Day. I know some people like the first one the best, but nope. Sorry, people. Nope. Terminator 2 is the best one. What can I say? It really is. Better than the first one. I mean, I really do like the first one, of course, but number 2 is the best one. And we got my least favorite Terminator movie. That's Terminator Genisys. This is kind of, I don't know why I like this. This is actually kind of fun to watch, to be honest. I mean, the action is done pretty well, and Sarah Clarke, sexy woman. What can I say? This is kind of enjoyable, actually. Thor: The Dark World, the second Thor movie. This was really good. Thor Ragnarok is amazing. Love this movie. Can't go wrong with this movie. Awesome superhero movie. It's definitely better than the first two. What can I say? Love it. Then there's Three Stooges triple feature that my mom got to me for Christmas. I actually never knew about this. This is like an hour and a 15-minute long episodes, whatever. I started watching the first one, but I'll have to catch up on this eventually. Tomorrowland. This is a pretty good and really well-directed movie, to be honest. Toy Story 2, classic. This is actually my favorite Toy Story movie in the trilogy, to be honest. I love this movie. Transformers. Gotta love this movie. How can you not? Definitely one of Michael Bay's best movies. Love this movie so much. It's amazing. Transformers 3, Dark of the Moon. This is the best Transformers movie of all time. In fact, this is actually my number one favorite Michael Bay movie of all time. This is amazing. Could not be any better. Well, maybe if they added a little bit more action and like a little bit after the beginning, I don't know. But either way, this movie's amazing. And Transformers: Age of Extinction. Haters, what's wrong with you? Good movie. One of the best movies of 2014. It's great. I don't see how it's not. The CGI was flawless. These movies are great. Love this movie. It's fun to watch. Okay, here we go. Final stack. Here we go. Transformers: The Last Night. This is really good, but my least favorite one, but it's still really good. Tropic Thunder. This was actually pretty good, actually. I thought it was kind of stupid of how they decided who the main villain to be in this movie, but other than that, this is pretty good. Twister. This is a really good good disaster movie. Although they really could have done a better job with the CGI of the tornadoes, but other than that, this is good. We got Steelbook of Unbroken. Actually, I haven't watched. I watched this on Redbox, and this belongs to my mom. I actually still haven't watched it again yet, but yeah. Ooh, Garrett Hedlund's in it. Yeah, I'll definitely have to rewatch this at some point. But yeah, this is a good movie. It really is. It's disturbing, but it's good. This is definitely one of my favorite movies of 2015, 3 years ago, and that's Vacation. This was hilarious as fuck. This is actually my second favorite vacation movie in the franchise. My first favorite one is Christmas Vacation, then this one. I mean, I love all the vacation movies, even this one. Well, the one where they went to Vegas actually wasn't really that good. I mean, I think it's okay, but yeah, this one is one of the best in the franchise. Wayne's World 1 and 2. Mike Myers and Dana Carvey were hilarious in this movie. In fact, I actually like the second one a little bit more, to be honest. I really do. And my favorite part was that dancing where they were in that bar and they were dancing to that YMCA song. And they actually looked like the Village People. Like, I always love that part. That's like my favorite part in the entire movie. Love it. But yeah, this is great. Both these movies are great. Oh, really funny comedy from 5 years ago. We're the Millers. This was really, really funny. Really like this movie a lot. It's great. White House Down. In fact, I actually love this more than Olympus Has Fallen. This is one of the best action movies of all time. Definitely in like my top 20 favorite movies of all time. And this is Roland Emmerich's best movie of all time, directed by him. Love this movie. Channing Tatum, you're amazing in this movie. Love you, White House Down. You are amazing, no doubt. And here we go with more movies that were my childhood. Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Can't go wrong with this movie. It's really good, so funny, and like, yeah. And rest in peace, Bob Hoskins. I really wish he was still alive. even though you were kind of old, but I wish you were still alive. You were great in this movie. This movie is funny. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This was also I also enjoyed watching this movie when I was a kid. This movie is really funny. It's really fun to watch. Love it. Okay. Wonder Woman. Like, you can't go wrong with Wonder Woman. This movie is amazing. It was definitely one of my favorite superhero movies of last year. It's amazing. Love this movie. Gal Gadot was great in this movie. I absolutely love this movie so much. And we got The World Is Not Enough. This was a really great James Bond movie. Denise Richards, you got one of the sexiest Bond girls of all time. Love this movie so much. Okay, this is my favorite. This is the best Disney movie of all time. Wreck-It Ralph. How can you go wrong with Wreck-It Ralph? This movie is the best, one of the best movies of all time. Love this movie. It's amazing. One of my all-time favorites. Cannot wait for the sequel. The sequel is going to be a blast. Cannot wait for it. This is amazing. Now, X-Men Origins Wolverine could have been a lot better. It is the weakest X-Men movie of all time, but this is kind of enjoyable. So yeah. And we got The Wolverine. So as you know, there are 3 solo Wolverine movies. Out of those 3, this is the best one. And his Japanese partner is total badass. This movie is awesome. X-Men Days of Future Past is my favorite X-Men movie of all time. And also one of my favorite movies of all time. This was the movie that set things right. I love this movie so much. It's one of the greatest. We got an underrated X-Men movie. X-Men Apocalypse was a movie that people actually hated, which I don't understand why. This was such an outstanding movie. I love this movie so much. It's great. Triple X Return of Alexander Cage. Not as good as the first 2, but it was still good. It's fun to watch. And here we got, this was a really big surprise right here, Zootopia. You can't go wrong with this movie. It's great. And I was just watching this movie like a week ago or whatever. This is really good. 12 Strong. This is by far one of the best movies of this year. This movie is outstanding. Love this movie. Chris Hemsworth was great in this movie. It's great. This is also one of Michael Bay's best movies of all time. 13 Hours was amazing. I love this movie. It's completely flawless. Action was awesome. This movie was really well directed. Like, this movie is just so good. I mean, how could you go wrong with this movie? It is amazing. I just don't know what much to say except this movie is A+ great. Here we got some of the best TV show adaptations of all time. 21 Jump Street. This is a really great movie. 22 Jump Street is actually even better. Much better than the first one. I mean, I love the first one. The first one is great, but the second one is even better. This was so funny, and then there was that unexpected twist in the middle of the movie that I think you would call it a twist. I don't want to spoil it, but it's so funny. And then the part where Channing Tatum finds out and he just screams out loud in front of in their command center. It's so funny. I love these movies. These movies are amazing. They're awesome and funny. In fact, Django, played by Channing Tatum, he's actually my favorite character, to be honest. And we're going to wrap this up with my favorite TV show of all time. That's 24 season 8. This is actually my favorite season in the entire show. And we got 24 Live Another Day. Really fun to watch. Jack Bauer is the best hero ever in all of entertainment. They need to make more. They really need to make more miniseries. And they really need to release 24 Legacy on Blu-ray. And release the entire series on Blu-ray. I mean, just release them all on Blu-ray, for God's sake. I mean, come on, man. But yeah, 24 is the best show ever. Love it so much. Can't go wrong with it. Totally flawless. And that's it. That is a wrap for my video of Blu-rays. Well, I hope you all had a great time watching this movie, or watching this video of showing you all my Blu-rays. Thank you so much as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. So I will, at some point I will get back for more entertainment with you guys. And so thank you so much for watching. And if you like this, you can subscribe to my channel and help make the world a better place.